let's take a peek at the magic heading your way.
Walt Disney presents Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. It's Robert Newton, that infamous lovable rogue, Long John Silver.
You ain't given to rum drinking, are you?
Oh, no, sir.
And Bobby Driscoll as young Jim Hawkins.
One more step, Mr. Hands, and I'll blow your brains out.
Shipmates on a daring quest for buried treasure that drives men to mutiny.
Fire that musket, and I cuts his throat.
Come aboard for swashbuckling excitement. Now, Walt Disney again presents Robert Louis Stevenson's best-known adventure classic, Treasure Island.
Man, safe boy, you're just soaked to the bone, and you're shaking and shivering. Come along. I gotta find him. I just gotta. Now, right the dog.
Look, Granny, he ain't a bit afraid.
Nothing's born afraid.
If you ever bring that black varmint into my store again, I'll draw and quarter him.
Go that way. Head him off. Give me strength.
Walt Disney Productions, so dear to my heart.
The true story of Greyfriar's Bobby. A rugged wee tyke of a dog with a heart so big and a devotion so strong that he earned the praise of an entire city because for 14 long years he stood guard over his friend's last resting place.
Order! If this dog is ownerless and unlicensed, it will have to be taken up with the police.
That doesn't seem fair to me.
Fair, sir, fair. That is the law. Unless this dog's license is paid, it will have to be put away, and that'll be the end of the matter.
But now Bobby was a fugitive, an outcast who roamed the city in search of kindness.
There's Bobby.
And finally, he found friendship in the children of the streets. The true story of Greyfriar's Bobby.
Hurry up, everybody. Find a seat. The show's about to begin. But keep watching after the movie, because there's even more to come.
Wasn't that last week's knock?
We changed it, remember?
Oh, sure you weren't followed?
Nope, not me. Hi, Henry.
Jonathan, you can't stay too long today because I'm working on something very important.
Is it something Grandpa Max invented?
Yep, it's something Max invented.
What is it?
Just something your grandfather never got a chance to build.
Can I see it? When will you show it to me?
Never mind that. I got a surprise for you. Come here, watch this. Look at this.
Wow.
It's for you. But you gotta finish it. You paint it right, and it'll be the Blue Yonder.
All right, Henry, see ya.
And I think I got it set. Get up. Here we go.
Now, after passing the House this week, the Senate continues to debate the latest farm subsidy bill. More on this from Washington.
What do they know about Washington? I still don't know after working there 24 years. Pass the salt.
Try it first.
It needs more salt. You should be getting ready for Little League tryouts. Did you sign up yet?
No. I don't want to play.
Where were you this afternoon? You came home awfully late.
I was at Henry's. He gave me a great model of Grandpa Max's plane.
Henry, huh? He's still filling your head with tales about Max? Jonathan, I like Henry, but really, he's making Max out to be a lot more than he was.
What about all the inventions? Henry says...
Jonathan, my father was a dreamer. He died in a crazy exploit.
He was the best pilot that ever lived.
Lights out, sweetheart.
Just 10 more minutes.
You said that 10 minutes ago. Come on, pilot. Under the covers.
Down there some time now.
Wow.
Before I lived here, some bootlegger by the name of Finch owned the house. Used to hide all his hooch down there. The race to fly across the Atlantic. One of man's greatest challenges. A lot of men died trying, Jonathan. None got so in Coley, the best the French had. They took off from Paris on an east-to-west attempt. They were never heard from again.
Hey, the American Legion. You told me about that one.
I was there. Langley Field, right near here. The overloaded plane went down on the West Pond right after takeoff. The 2 pilots, Davis and Worcester, were killed instantly. To cross the Atlantic took more than just a good plane. Took a great man. Lucky Lindy, 21st of May, 1927. The world will never forget that day. Jonathan. Max made his try just 4 days earlier. It was his biggest dream to make it across the Atlantic. He went against his instincts, took the northern route, which was thought to be the best route in those days. He took off that morning, flew into a cloud, disappeared from the face of the earth. Who knows? If he had trusted himself, flown his own course, Max's dream might have come true. But people are gonna remember the name Max Knickerbocker. I'm gonna make sure of that. I swear it.
See that he gets his medications at 6.
Where's Henry? What's wrong?
Jonathan.
What's wrong?
Too bad your grandpa didn't invent a mechanical heart. Sure would come in handy now. Want to pour me some of that? Oh, boy. Easy does it. Thank you. That's the bee's knees. You can't beat warm buttermilk. Hey, Jonathan, what if I told you I wasn't going to be around much longer?
What do you mean? Sure you are.
Listen. Max was my best friend. Greatest man I ever knew. You know, he came up with some inventions that even I thought were nuts. I never thought it'd be worth building. But when I realized how little time I had left, I had to try it. For Max.
Build what?
Max called it the Time Traveler.
You mean those blueprints I saw?
According to your grandpa's notes, I figured out that Exactly 7:30 tomorrow morning. There'll be the right opening in time. Just a crack. It comes only once. If it closes before you can return, Max said a man could vanish forever. Tomorrow, Jonathan, I was going to try to go back in time. Save Max's life.
Can you really save Max?
I don't know. I was going to test the machine today. It's all set to go. Now we'll never know.
But I can help you.
No, Jonathan. That machine is untested. Anything could happen.
Don't drink the profits. Put that back. What do you think you're doing here? Who's this kid?
I don't know, but he almost made me crash.
Hey, hey! I catch you trespassing again, I'm gonna turn you over to the cops, you hear me?
I can find Max Nix.
Who?
I mean Knickerbocker. Max Knickerbocker. He flies planes and he lives around here.
Lives here? Never heard of him.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, where'd you get that haircut?
Hey, this ain't no library, kid.
Do you know Max Knickerbocker?
Who?
He flies planes. Max Knickerbocker. I thought everyone knew him.
Never heard of the guy. Now, if you ain't buying nothing, beat it.
I'll have that one, and one of these. Oh, and this newspaper, too.
As long as you got the dough.
Is $1 enough?
It ought to be. That comes to a grand total of 17 cents. You ain't from around here, are you?
No, I'm kind of new here.
Hey, kid, I do know someone out at the Stone Mill Farm who fools around with airplanes. Maybe he knows this guy you're looking for.
Really? How do you get there?
Straight out this road, just a few miles. Can't miss it.
Thanks. Hello? Anybody here? Max? Are you all right?
I'll be darned. The thing flew. I gotta work on that landing, though. Oh.
Do you need any help?
No, I'm fine.
Over to your left, there's a branch under your other foot.
Ah, yeah, thanks. I got it now. Oh! I gotta do something about that tree, too.
Are you sure you're okay?
Me? Yeah, I'm fine. My name's Max Knickerbocker. Who are you?
Jonathan Nix.
How about that? Almost the same last name as mine. You, from around here?
Well, yeah, well, not exactly from around here.
Yeah, where are you from, exactly?
Well,
You one of those boys from the Plainfield Orphanage? I know most of those kids, but I've never seen you before. That's okay. That'll be your secret. You don't have to tell me. Well, Mr. Nix, what can I do to repay your expert assistance and get me out of my precarious situation there? How about a big breakfast?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought. French toast, bacon, lots of syrup, okay? Have you ever been around here before?
No.
Well, anyway, let's go. I'm starved.
What about that?
Well, it's as good a place for it as any.
I still can't figure out how it got in here. Both doors were locked. This is extremely weird.
Hey, Finch.
Yeah?
Look at the date on this.
Where'd you get this?
Kid came to the newsstand yesterday, and he paid for some candy with it.
A kid? What'd this kid look like?
11 years old, brown hair. He was dressed funny.
Yeah, I think I saw him out by my landing strip yesterday. Wilson almost came down right on top of it.
This gotta be a phony.
Yeah, if that's counterfeit, I want to shake the hands of the engraver and go right into business with him. No, that's the real McCoy, all right. And this is no ordinary machine. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, I know what you're thinking.
Those gauges, these gears, that bill, they've all got one thing in common. Time! And I ain't talking no clock. We may have just stumbled onto the find of the century.
I think I lost you.
Yeah, I can't believe it myself, but if this thing is what I think it is, why, we'd know the results of horse races, fights, anything before it happened. Do you know what kind of dough I'm talking about?
That's impossible.
Oh. Now look, it's got a keyhole. That means there's got to be a key. And we know who's got it.
Well, my wife is still asleep. So I get hers.
Now, that was an act of genius. Someone actually invented French toast. Why didn't I think of that?
My dad never cooks. He's too busy.
Why not? What's he too busy doing?
He works for the president.
Really? He works for Coolidge?
Who?
Coolidge. Calvin Coolidge, the president.
All right, President Coolidge.
I'll be right back.
Well, Sergeant Leary, have I been a menace to the public again?
I'm looking for someone.
Good guy or bad?
The kid. I hear he's looking for you.
What would a kid be looking for me for? What'd he do?
I ask the questions. You hiding the kid? Knickerbocker, I'm gonna nail you one of these days. Me and Finch don't take kindly to you telling these pilots not to fly for us.
I'd tell any pilots to stay away from your rackets, Leary.
If you're hiding that kid, I'm gonna get you for harboring a felon.
A felon, huh? He sounds dangerous. I'll keep my eyes open.
You do that.
Boy, from the way you polished off 6 pieces of French toast, a guy could get the impression you hadn't eaten in a couple days. It's none of my business, but that was the cops looking for you. I didn't tell them anything. You don't seem like the criminal type to me. Look, if you need a place to stay for a couple days, you're welcome to stay here.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, I got work to do over at my shop, so you play around outside, okay?
Are you working on your plane?
How do you know I have a plane?
That thing you flew this morning.
Oh, that was my gyrocopter. No, I'm gonna leave that lay. You interested in stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, come on, if we get out of here soon enough, we'll get out of doing the dishes.
I heard that.
Jonathan, I want you to meet my wife, Helen. Helen, this is Jonathan. And if it's okay, he's going to spend a couple days with us.
Pleased to meet you.
Jonathan, I want you to meet our baby. I say it's going to be a boy.
It is.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Doctor. Now that you've met the entire family, it's really bad form to ask a guest to do dishes.
Go on.
Max. Who is Jonathan? Is he another boy from Plainfield?
Oh, I don't know about this one. I think he's all right, though. I think he just needs a place to think for a couple days. What do you say?
What do I always say?
You always say, Max, you're a pain in the neck. But I loves you. Thanks. What about his clothes? We still got something upstairs that he could wear?
In the trunk.
There you go. Okay, follow me if you can. Whoop!
What's this?
That's a cooling system I'm working on for aircraft engines. Uses a liquid that doesn't freeze or boil.
What's this?
That's my gyro directional indicator. That is going to revolutionize air navigation. I just put one in my plane.
What's this?
That is a flying automobile. In 20 years, every family is going to have one of them. What do you think?
I don't know about that.
Oh, a skeptic, huh? Come here. Take a look at this. I'd take a guess. What do you think it is?
I don't know.
It's the ultimate form of travel. Have you ever thought of traveling through time, Jonathan? Going forward or backwards to any date?
Well, actually...
It's just a theory, I know. I mean, some of the things are not even invented yet, but I believe it would be possible.
If you could go back in time, could you change things?
I've thought about that more than you could know. It could be great. But if you change something in the past, it changes the present. And it could be good or it could be bad. No one knows. You're an unusual boy. Do you really understand all this?
Yes.
I'm going to show you something. You're about to see something few men have ever seen. Want to sit in her?
Can I?
Yeah. Up here. Hey! I bet you make a heck of a pilot.
As good as you?
Better.
How do you steer?
See that stick there? Pull it back, you go up. Push the pedals, you go side to side. She'll steer herself. There's nothing like her. I quit my job delivering the airmail so my partner and I could go in the flying business, and we built the Blue Yonder from scratch. And now I'm going to take her across the Atlantic. Does that sound crazy?
No.
It does to me sometime, but I got to do it. I got to make it across.
Who's the new pilot?
My replacement. Come say hello. I was just talking about you.
You were an ace in the Great War, am I right? What's your name?
Jonathan.
Well, put her there, Jonathan. Ever have warm buttermilk? It's a bee's knees.
Henry?
Doesn't miss a thing, does he?
Jonathan helped me out of a rather embarrassing landing this morning.
Well, we still ought to put a bit more weight in before you take the Yonder up for the load test.
Well, hop in, Coog. I knew you'd come in handy for something.
You couldn't get me up in one of these things for all the free buttermilk in the world. There's got to be something we can throw in.
Jonathan, have you ever flown before?
Once in a 747.
What's that?
Well, I mean, never in one of these before.
Well,
that's the best reason to try it. Oh, got nothing to worry about. Max is a great pilot.
I know. Someone told me that before.
That's it. Hey, you're wearing my lucky scarf.
Now remember, she's going to be a bit sluggish on takeoff. She's carrying close to 80% maximum weight. Now, when you get her up, circle around and bring her right back in. I want to check the struts for stress.
Buckle that belt.
Mixture rich?
Mixture rich.
Throttle cracked?
Throttle cracked.
Mags off?
Mags off.
Contact.
Contact.
Bring her back, Max! That's enough! Hey, Max! Max, come back here!
Max, look
Grab the stick!
I don't know how to fly!
What do you mean? You're flying! Steady, 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 Jonathan! That's it, you got it!
I'm flying!
Hey, you got it! You ready for your next lesson?
Yeah!
Hold on tight! And now for the Knickerbocker roll.
That plane is so neat.
It's like a bird, isn't it?
Especially when you flew upside down. I thought I was going to fall out or something.
You do that all the time.
That was the last flight test. We recheck the engine. If the tailwind's good.
Paris on the 18th! Tell him our son's going to be proud of his father.
I just want him to have a father.
Why do you have to go in 2 days?
Because there are lots of pilots trying to make it first. When the tailwind's right, I gotta fly.
What if someone makes it before you? Will you still go?
And not much point if it's already been done.
Please, just wait until after the 20th. You've got to.
The 20th, why?
Because that's when...
Excuse me. Jonathan, don't you think it's time you told me what you've been holding back? I can understand. I went through a lot as a kid.
Not what I've been through. You'd never believe me.
Why don't you give me a chance? I can understand a lot of things most people wouldn't.
What if I were to tell you that I was your grandson?
Jonathan.
Nick's was shortened from Knickerbocker. My dad, your son, changed it before he got married. I came in your time traveler. Henry built it.
Jonathan, those plans I showed you, they were just that. They were plans. It wouldn't be possible for years, for decades, to consider...
Remember when I asked you if it was possible to go back in time and change things?
Yes.
Well, I came back to stop you from making that flight.
Jonathan.
I can prove it to you. I can show you the time machine.
Let's you find it in my basement.
Jonathan, we can't go in there.
We have to. Come on.
Jonathan.
Come on.
Jonathan.
Through this window.
We'll talk about this when we get home, Jonathan.
You don't believe me.
I believe that time travel could be possible, but I don't know that you came from the future.
But it's true. The machine really worked.
The machine hasn't been built yet.
Yes, it has. Here's the key. Don't you recognize it?
That's not proof, Jonathan. I'd like to believe you. I really would, but...
Don't make the flight, please.
Why do you keep telling me to wait until after the 20th?
The Spirit of St. Louis, it's gonna make it to Paris by then.
It's Charlie Lindbergh's plane.
Just wait, you'll see.
When the wind's right, I've got to go. Now look, here's something that'll cheer you up. You come out to Langley Field with us tomorrow. There's 2 pilots out there that are going to take off to Paris. They don't have the tailwind, so they're going to have to turn back, but they have a beautiful plane called the American Legion.
The American Legion?
Yeah.
It's gonna crash.
Jonathan, don't you think that's a bit much?
In a pond. Both pilots are gonna die.
That's impossible, Jonathan. The only pond's on the other side of the landing field.
But it's already happened.
It's getting late. Let's go.
What now?
Tragic accident has occurred at Langley Field. In its attempt to cross the Atlantic, moments after takeoff, the overloaded American Legion crashed in the West Pond. Captain Davis and Worcester are dead.
You knew.
He's here.
Who?
That kid.
Where?
Over by the Knickerbocker guy. Come on.
You're coming with me, kid.
Hold on, Leary. What's the charge?
You stay out of this. This kid's passing counterfeit bills.
What? The sergeant has a phony bill he used trying to pay for some food. Get after him.
Stop right now, kid! You're in big trouble now, kid. Real big trouble.
Larry! You're up to something.
You get away from my prison, I want to run you in.
Come on, Max, come on.
Let's go.
Get back, man.
Okay, kid, let's go through it again for Mr. Finch. He's decided to help you if he can.
But I told you the truth. You've got to believe me.
He says he came here in a time machine to stop Max Knickerbocker from flying tomorrow. And he says Max Knickerbocker is his grandfather. And I'm your fairy godmother, kid. Now tell me the truth!
I believe you, kid.
Really?
Sure, we just need some proof. I mean, after all, some people have no imagination, huh?
But I told you the truth. I don't know where the time machine is.
Well, we'll help you find it, huh? Now, what does it look like? You know, I mean, is it all one piece or what?
What do you mean?
Well, I just thought it might have a, a crank like you start a car with, or a key. See, now, if we can find that part of it, we may be able to find the whole thing.
If there was, I'd have it, wouldn't I?
All right? Have it your own way, kid. But if you think the furniture here is unattractive, wait till you get to the reformatory.
Henry told me about the crash. Max, I'm afraid. I don't want to be left alone.
Over here. Hey, kid, you have a time machine?
What?
Well, so does Leary and that other guy. I heard them talking before you came in.
Did they say where it was?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, everything's set for tomorrow. Plane's looking real fine.
He knew it would happen.
Who knew what would happen?
Jonathan knew that plane was going to crash.
Max, a lot of people said they might crash.
In the West Pond, Henry, you know what the odds against that are?
Max, well, you're not thinking about taking this route. We decided on the northern course. Now, this is shorter, sure. We don't have a chance to ditch.
Maybe I shouldn't make this trip at all.
What are you talking about?
I mean, maybe I'm following the wrong dream. Maybe the right dream walked out that door.
Max, you're talking like you already crashed. Now, you'll feel different in the morning. Get some sleep. All right, let's check the levels one more time.
Jonathan, are you in there?
Max, you came. Did you find the key?
I checked it against my plans.
Now, do you believe me?
Well, it could be coincidence, but, I don't think so.
Max, I know where the machine is. They hid it in the basement. The policeman did. He knows all about it.
Shh. I'm gonna get you out of here. Watch this stuff. Get around the corner.
gotta be here somewhere.
It worked. Oh, I wondered how they would do that. Jonathan, we did it. We conquered time. A man could meet his own grandson. There's so much I want to know about you. Does my son really work for the president?
Yeah, he helps him out all the time.
What's he like?
Dad's really great and everything, but he's different than you.
Oh, I think I understand. Well, I mean, are things at all the same in your time? Are you happy?
Yeah, but I missed you. Please, don't fly tomorrow, Max.
Is that what you came back to tell me?
Lindbergh was first. You took the northern route. You didn't make it.
For longer than I can remember, I've dreamed of only one thing. To be the first person to make it across the Atlantic in a plane. You came here for a reason, Jonathan. I won't let you down. I promise. Jonathan, you've got to go back in the morning. You have to leave in exactly 10.5 hours when this counter reaches 0. No sooner and no later.
I want you to come with me.
I know you do. Okay, we've got a lot to do. We've got to put everything back just the way it was. And then we'll talk about what it's like to travel through time.
You weren't there.
Destiny is a strange thing. How some people have such a stronger sense of purpose than others. I suppose you'd be a lot happier sometimes if my sense of purpose was a little less strong.
You are who you are, Max. That's why I love you.
I'm gonna make it, Helen. You know I would never leave you and the baby if I didn't believe that. I love you, Helen.
Max, I love you too.
All right, Cyril, rise and shine. Up and at 'em. Come on, kid, shake a leg. Get out of bed. Oh, no.
Max? Is anybody here?
My dearest Jonathan, remember, always look to the sky for your dreams. For someone very special has shown me that they can come true. Your loving grandfather, Max.
Hey! Hey! Look at this.
This is burned just like the cell window.
Then he had to be here.
If he was here, why didn't he just get the machine and go?
Knickerbocker, that's why. The kid said something about stopping him from flying today. Come on.
He should have been here 15 minutes ago. Who? The Norfolk Gazette.
What?
I told him to send a reporter over. You want this to be official, don't you?
Hey, look out, kid! Oh!
You the man from the Gazette?
Yes, sir. Virgil Dooley's the name.
How long you been a reporter?
Just about 20 minutes, sir. I used to be in delivery.
Contact!
Contact!
Going as fast as I can.
There's some reports of storms up here by Newfoundland, but I don't think there'll be a problem.
I'm taking my route, Henry.
What?
I'm following my instincts.
like I should have before.
Before? Before what?
I'll cable you from Paris.
What's he doing?
There he is.
Goodbye, Jonathan!
There he is. Stop! I'll get you! Hey, stop! Come back here, kid!
So, I finally found your supply. Hey, Finch?
And I met you, too.
I know.
I tried to stop him. I did. But he had to go. He said he had to follow his dreams. I didn't save him.
Jonathan, you did something much more. You follow your own dreams now. You'll see.
What are you doing in here? You have to leave.
Henry.
Come on.
Goodbye, Jonathan.
Nothing ever changes. Hey, you're up early. Today's the last day for tryouts, right? Go get 'em.
Okay, who's up next? Let's go!
Hey, Nick! Get the ball, will ya? He did it. He made it across. Max made it across. He did it. Max crossed the Atlantic. He did it. Max did it. Max crossed the Atlantic. He did it. He did it. Yeah, you did it, Grandpa. You did it.
Hey, kid! You're gonna try out. You gotta hustle. Come on!
that imposter's head.
Look, I'll give you one last warning. That boy there crowning's an imposter.
Tell us more, lad.
I tell you again, I am the Prince of Wales.
Treason!
Housewife Annette Funicello and husband Martin Mull were just two average people. Until they won $1 million on a game show. But being instant millionaires is tough work.
We are not going to let this change our lives.
You can bank on some very rich comedy coming your way and lots of luck.
Maybe a baseball franchise.
One daring man defies the most powerful war machine the world has ever known to save a treasured breed of Lipizzan stallions from being destroyed and lost forever.
The school was my responsibility before there were Nazis giving orders in Austria, and it remains my responsibility.
But there are
my
limits.
first responsibility.
I'll tell you something.
We've come too far and gone through too much to give up now.
I don't see how we can do it.
And the miracle of the White Stallions is the amazing little-known story when enemies dared to fight side by side for a prize greater than victory.
Rascal is a pet with a problem.
Raccoons are varmints, son, and varmints are trouble.
Wherever he goes, disaster follows.
Rascal's been getting in a little bit of trouble lately, so I've got to de-raccoonify him.
Everybody knows you can take a raccoon out of the wild.
Catch that thing!
But, well, you get the picture.
What we're facing here is a misdemeanor.
Mr. What?
Watch for Walt Disney's Rascal